अखण्डमण्डलाकारं व्याप्तं येन चराचरं तत्पदं दर्शितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णुः गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरः गुरुर्साक्षात् परं ब्रह्म तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। Jai Ma. We are reading Shri Anandamayi Maa's Swakriya Svarasamrita, Volume 4. Last class, we saw the meaning of Swamula and everything, whatever Ma did, was Matri Leela, Ma's play, and whatever it was revealed was the Supreme Consciousness. After that, we asked a few questions whether this want of this search, what we are searching, what exactly it is, what exactly we are seeking, and that seek, whatever we are seeking, the object of seeking, whether it is present in this ever changing universe, ever changing world or not. Because what we see, what we experience is only change we experience. So, in all these changes, where is the permanent? To these questions, Ma replied that whatever changes we saw in her body, including the birth of her body and the death of her body, the fall of her body, all the changes are not there, are the superimposition on that permanent substratum. She is the same today as when we received her for the first time, means the changes with reference to the body, regarding to the body, is just bodily changes, and the permanent substratum is she. Here we understood that this answer, the change of her body, means the changes in the nature also. Whatever changes we see outside, whatever changes we see in the mind, whatever changes we see at work, everything, the change here means everything, whatever we experience is a change, is an object. And whatever takes birth means that it will go on changing. In Vedanta, we say that anything which are made up of the five elements have six changes. Shadvikara. Jayate, asti, vardhate, viparinamate, apakshiyate, vinashyati. Jayate means takes birth. Asti, it remains. After taking birth, it sustains. Vardhate, it grows. Viparinamate, it changes. Vinashyati, it goes, it decays. In old age, we see that this body is decaying. Our health decays. So vinashyati, and finally it dies. So all these changes and these six changes, what I just said, is not only regarding our body, it is also regarding our mind. It is also regarding whatever we see in the nature. For example, our house, our society, our city, anything what we see, even food materials, anything. which we experience, which we see, undergoes these six changes. But the constant substratum is the I. It is I who is experiencing. During all the changes, the I never change. When I am in waking state, I'm saying I. When I am in sleep, during the sleep, we are not saying I, but when we get up from our sleep, we say I slept. So the I before waking and after waking never changes. As a kid, when I said I, and as a youth, when I say I, the I never changes. The kid changes to youth, the youth changes to old age. So in all the change is constant, and that constant is Shri Anandamayi Maa. Moving forward, on being questioned about that moment and this moment, she clarifies that these are confined to dimensions of time, then and now, because of the non visibility and visibility of the body to you. Beautiful. That moment and this moment. See, whenever we see changes or we experience changes, we are actually experiencing time. I was a kid means in the past I was a kid. So the kid thing, when I am remembering in my memory, the kid thing is in time. In the past, I was kid. When I will be old means in the future I will be old. So these changes are on time, means that moment and this moment. And further, she clarifies that the dimensions of time, then and now, because of the non visibility and visibility of the body to you. Yes. My saying non visibility and visibility of the body. But to understand this, we can we can say we can give this example that because of the change of the body, we are saying that that was past and this is the future and this is the present and the future will be. If change is not experienced, then time will not be experienced. Think about it. We don't have the notion of change during our deep sleep. So time is not there. In deep sleep, time is not there. When I wake up and when I see the clock, then we remember the time, or then we get back the notion of time. And because there is a change in mind, before sleeping, the mind was tired, now the mind is fresh. And there's a change of thought, and that is how we get to experience that yes, there is the movement of time which happened. If there is no clock, then also we have to see outside, or we see the sun has changed its direction, or when I slept it was night, now it is day. So something needs to be there to experience time. Many a times in our life, and I'm sure everyone has experienced this, that when nothing is there to experience time or the change, then we just wake up and don't know what is where for a few moments. We don't know is it morning or evening or something like that. So all the changes are dependent on time. And Ma is saying that time, of course, the changes are dependent on time means changes are superimposed. Changes are not there because it has a substratum. It is dependent on something. It cannot exist alone. See, when we see superimposition, superimposition means that which does not stand enquiry. When we start enquiring on it, it disappears, which means that is not there. When we start enquiring on mirage, it disappears. So, the same when we say superimposition, superimposition always disappears when we are inquiring, when we start inquiring. And another thing is, all superimposition needs a permanent substratum. So, change is dependent on time, and time is dependent on the I. So, that is what Maya is saying here, that this moment and that moment we are experiencing change. That is why we have a notion of time. And time is so subtle that it cannot be experienced directly, like space. Space is the subtlest of the five elements. So that is why if there is no conditioning of the space, then we are not able to experience it. Sometimes when we go to a huge field or a huge desert, we say that I I did not get an idea from where to where it was. It was so huge. I cannot express that experience of the hugeness of that space, of that place. Why? Because it is so subtle that we if the conditioning is not there, we see room space, we experience room space, we experience hall space, we experience roads and all those things. Because there is a conditioning, there is a limitation. Oh, this room is big, this room is small. With respect to what? With respect to the conditioning. Same with the time. If there is no change, then we will not be able to experience time. Time is the displacement between one thought and another thought. The thought has to change to experience time. That is why when we sit in meditation and there is only one thought, we go deep into meditation and there is one thought, and when we get out of the meditation, when we come back to our waking state, then we say that, oh, it's 1 hour. I did not experience it. So time is so subtle. It is like space. So if there is no change, there is no time. I mean, we don't experience time. So that is what I will read the sentence again and then it will fall in perspective. On being questioned about that moment and this moment, she clarifies, means Ma clarifies, that these are confined to dimensions of time, then and now, because of the non visibility and visibility of the body to you. We are seeing the changes in the body, we are seeing the changes in nature, we are seeing the changes of the thought. So that is why we experience time. We say this moment and that moment. Moving forward, but the Swamula Swakriya of Bhagwan himself is ever the same only. As I said, superimposition needs a permanent substratum. So change is superimposed on time, and time is superimposed on that permanent substratum, which we can call it anything. Here, Ma is saying Bhagwan to make it gross for us so that we get to understand it is the I on which that time, that change is superimposed. In your concept of time, birth and age become discernible. Here, the question of any limitation does not arise at all. Just accept there is no limitation. Means that permanent substratum is not changed ever, is unchanged ever. Because if that substratum changes, we will not be able to even experience the changes of nature. If you are running on a platform, on a railway platform, and the train is also moving, then you will not be able to perceive the exact speed of the train. But if I am stationary and the train is moving, then only I will be able to say that, okay, the train is moving. Sometimes when we sit in one train and we look outside, then we feel that my train is moving because the reference with which I am seeing, I am experiencing is also moving. So with a moving reference, we will never be able to comprehend the exact change. So the substratum, the I, has to be unchanged. So that is what Shri Anandamayi Maa is saying, that here the question of any limitation does not arise at all, not limited by time, not limited by any object, or not limited in space. This is the meaning of this paragraph. So beautiful. It is the supreme knowledge. Kriya in ever existence, self personification. Then how does Kriya arises? Kriya, karma, all these things arises in that ever existence, in that unchanging substratum. Naturally, question arises about form, formless, ever existence. How does it take shape? Form and formless, how does it take shape? Although the body is here, yet it is not a body. While having all dealings, it transcends all dealings as well. Thus, it is beyond comprehension of mind. What lies beyond the reach of understanding, how to comprehend that? Who will comprehend unless he allows himself to be comprehended? Ma is saying this again and again. He allows himself to be comprehended. If we can give example of this, then we can say that, say if I want to meet the prime minister, I'll write a letter and will do everything possible to meet him. But at the end moment, in the end moment, when the letter reaches him, all my mm, all my what do you say, all my kriya regarding that, all my work regarding that, all my requests regarding that reaches him, that a boy really wants to meet you, and all those things reaches him, the final decision of whether I should meet him or not will be his or hers. And this applies to everyone we meet. The final decision, if he or she wants to meet me, will be his or hers. It does not depend on what I am doing. Yes, of course, I have to write a letter, I have to write a message, I have to email that particular person that I want to meet you. I also have some qualifications. I show that, okay, I'm studying Vedanta or something related to that particular person, and that is why I want to meet you. So every work we do, everything, every everything we try, but at the end, it is on to that person who I want to meet, that if he gives me permission to meet. So that is how, just to just to put this in perspective, that how Anandamayi Maa is saying that he allows himself to be comprehended. We will try, of course. Trying is the first step, and trying has to be there. Seeking has to be there. But finally, it is he who will decide that I should meet. I will be able to meet. I am qualified enough to meet. Before that, my saying, although the body is here, yet it is not a body. A body is a superimposition. In Mandukya Upanishad, it's very beautifully says Gaudabha Padacharya ji that whatever was not there before, whatever will not be there after, it is just appearing now. Means it is not there now also. Dream was not there before, dream was not, dream will not be there after. Means dream is not now also. If I am dreaming now, it is not there. It may be appearing. And appearance, I can close my eyes and think or see a thousand things. But that does not means that they all exist. Say, for example, last night in my dream, I saw a man whose head is like an elephant, or the body is like an elephant, the head, the mouth, the ears, nose are like human. Possible, very much possible. People dream about Harry Potter world and all. But does it really exist? I close my eyes and I can think, I can see about many things, but those things does not exist. So whatever there was not there in before, whatever there will not be after, that is just appearing in front of you right now, but it is not there. Again, the mirage example can be applied here. So the body was not there before. There is a birth of this body. I am born in the year 2000. I am born in the year 2005. So before 2005, the body was not there, and I will die at some particular time. So the body will not be there after. So the body is just appearing. Now it is not there. And there is no logic that one can prove that this body is permanent. Every opinion, every philosophy, most of the philosophy, 90% of the philosophy agrees that this body is not permanent. And yes, it is not permanent. Another analogy Shankaracharya ji gives in his commentaries many a times, and other acharyas, other mahatmas also give this analogy, that if there is a system, and a system means a conglomerate of things which has come together to function in unison, every system is meant for someone else. For example, whenever there is a conglomerate of different things, it is meant to be for someone else. For example, there is a house. Now, a house is a system, and there are many things which has come together to be one house. But the house is for the house master. The house is not for the bricks. The house is not for the cement. The house is not for the floor and other things. But the house is for the house master. So any system you take, any system, even this cosmos, it's a system. Many things have come together to work in unison. Simultaneously, they are working, but it's a system. It maintains. That is why it is called cosmos and not chaos. So any system which is there is for someone else. Same way, this body. This body is a conglomerate of many things: bones, flesh, blood, etc., etc., many things. So, this system also, this body also is meant for someone else. And why not? Because this body we experience. If there is a cut in our body, we experience the pain. The thing which is experienced, which means that there is an experiencer, and we need to find that experiencer alone. In Srimad Bhagavad Gita, Shri Krishna beautifully says in 13th chapter, Kshetragyam chapi mam vidhi sarva kshetreshu bharata. The one who is knowing this kshetra means this body. The one who is knowing this body means the one who is experiencing this body. That is the I. That is the permanent substratum. To find that is only spirituality. So Ma here says, although the body is here, yet it is not a body. While having all dealings, it transcends all dealings as well. In every work, it transcends all work. It is present in all work, but still it transcends, non attached. Again, the mirage example, that the mirage is seen, but it does not wet the desert. But the mirage is there in the desert. When it is appearing, it is in the desert. So when the work is happening, all the dealings are happening, all the transactions are happening, the permanent substratum is there, but it does not get attached, it does not get affected, it does not get modified because of the work or because of the result of the work. It is not attached. The desert is not wet by the waters of mirage, but the desert is present. Only on a desert the mirage can be seen. The ocean does not get affected by the tide, but the tide can only exist where the ocean is. Same way, while having all dealings, it transcends all dealings as well. In all the dealings, in all the transactions, that one particular permanent substratum, unmodified, it is there, but it transcends it, means it does not get affected. Thus, it is beyond comprehension of mind. Like in our previous classes, we discussed that the effect cannot see its cause. We gave the battery example of a flashlight. It, it cannot see the battery, a flashlight or a torch cannot see its own batteries at any point of time. The cause cannot see the effect at any point of time. So, mind is a cause, and the mind cannot see. What lies beyond the reach of understanding means it is beyond the intellect also. How to comprehend that? Who will comprehend? And thus Ma is saying that is why who will comprehend unless he allows himself to be comprehended? Unless he reveals himself, no one can comprehend. In Advaita Vedanta also, it is said in Patanjali Yoga Sutras also, we will discuss in the next class that from Savikalpa to Nirvikalpa, nothing has to be done. It is His grace alone which unfolds. So, with this, we will stop today and very deep. We will contemplate on this, we will think on this, and we will meet again tomorrow. Jai Ma. With Shanti part, we will close this session. ॐ पूर्णमदः पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते ॐ शान्तिः 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 हरिः ॐ श्रीगुरुभ्यो नमः हरिः ॐ